Hey, here, it's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got to talk about Paul Finebaum. You guys know Paul Finebaum is a national analyst, works for ESPN, works for the SEC network, has his own radio show on the Sirius XM radio. And look, man, he made some very telling comments. And they were talking about, they had a segment on ESPN talking about Georgia. Can Georgia possibly three-peat? And right now, they are the odds favorite to win the national championship. However, Paul Finebaum made some telling statements. They wanted to know, you guys already know, I got these glasses on because the future is so bright. But Paul Finebaum made some telling statements as to who does he think could knock off Georgia? And he gave three teams, and it was incredible because you guys already know who's involved with this. USC Trojans is involved, and we're going to take a look at this, some of the comments that he made. I want you guys to hear a brief clip of Paul Finebaum, but he said USC, Ohio State, and Alabama. Those are the three teams, the only teams that can actually knock off Georgia. So you guys already know. We've been pumping this team up all year long. We've been pumping up. You guys know. Let's go back. Let's take a trip back to February. I gave you all these guys, the transfer portal players. We gave you that information. Then we gave you all the guys and did them separately. The defensive upgrades, how these guys would translate to the field, how each piece will fit into the puzzle. Now national analysts are now recognizing this, and now they're starting to eat a little bit of the pie. They started to eat a little bit of this, and they started to believe in it. And as a result, you're going to start hearing more and more of this. I can't wait till some of these odds come out to see exactly what are the actual national championship odds. Last time I checked, they had USC, I think, at fourth or fifth best odds to win. But now I think you're going to start seeing it. You guys already know. I brought Phil Steele to you as well. Phil Steele, national writer, who picks every year national champions, and he picks playoff guys. And look, out of 140, he's got 134 of them right. They said his accuracy rate is 95.6. Accuracy rate of picking playoff teams and projecting the right thing. So we're going to take a look at this real quick, and we're going to see exactly what Paul Finebaum is talking about. All right, first thing is first, we're going to talk about Mike Matthews just for a second. Just want to give you an announcement real quick. This is some news and note items, but you guys know yesterday, talking about Tennessee unraveling, talked about the opportunity that USC could possibly have getting somebody like Mike Matthews, given the fact that he is crystal ball to Tennessee. I talked about that yesterday. Coincidentally, yesterday as well, he put this out later on in the day. Top four teams, Tennessee, Georgia, Clemson, and the USC. So look, keep your fingers crossed. You see he's going to announce this on July 19th. So that is some coincidence, very coincidental that USC, Clemson, Georgia, Tennessee, this guy's going to make his announcement on the 19th, which is tomorrow. So Paul Finebaum, they were talking about the last time anybody ever had an opportunity to do this three-peat. It's been a long time. The last four, since the bowl championship series, you had Nebraska in 1994, 95. They did a two-peat. Nobody's did the three-peat. The last time it happened was Minnesota in 1934-35. We'll show you that. But then you had USC 2003, 2004. We had those two championships. And it's only been back-to-back. You had Alabama 2011 and 2012. And then you had Georgia here 2021, 2022. And so nobody's did the three-peat. So, you know, they kind of think that the three-peat can happen. However, Paul Finebaum did mention that it's a few teams that can do this. We'll take a look at those teams real quick, and we'll take a look at that information. But let's take a look at the last team real quick that did this three-peat. So here it is. Minnesota crowned national championships, man. Now, this is champion 1934, 1935, and 1936. This is the old school throwback. I mean, throw way back. But they were the only teams. They were the last team to do this three-peat, man. Other than that, you see the list I just showed you. Everybody else was a two-peat, and thank God USC was involved with the two-peat. Alabama, Georgia, and you see Nebraska. But you know, can Georgia do it? That's the question that's on the table right now. And Paul Finebaum seems to think otherwise. And those who are not familiar with Paul Finebaum, this is him right here. As I stated, he works for ESPN. If you guys never seen him, now you do. This is him. Like I said, he is a best-selling author. He's a big-time guy, SEC Network, and he works for got his own Sirius XM radio. So Paul Finebaum is considered to be the man, especially when you're talking about SEC football, man. But I thought I was going to be able to play this video, but I'll go ahead and show you some of the information that he shared, though. St. Nick, and he's won national championships at Alabama. He's been experienced, and look, you got to give it to him. He does develop his players, man, and he comes with a pretty physical team. But a couple years, these past couple years, he's been a little lost in the sauce, and I don't think St. Nick likes it. But this is one of the teams that Paul Finebaum says that can possibly knock off Georgia and dethrone them. He only picked 3, so USC is in the mix of this, but you got St. Nick here be leading out the Road Tide guys, and look, we'll see what happens with it. But this is one of the teams right here. All right, the next one's going to be Ohio State. Very talented team, and that was actually what Paul Finebaum said. He said, look, other than Georgia, they're the most talented team, and I agree, man. Ohio State has been stacking up some stuff, but some players, man. But here's the real question. If Ohio State continues to stack up these players and don't win, what category are you going to put that coach in, Ryan Day? Because at some point, you're going to have the talent, and then you're going to have to utilize that talent and then be successful with that talent. So my question is, how far away is this team right now? I mean, do they have the ability to win it? I thought Georgia, I mean, they could have won that game with C.J. Stroud, but look, they don't have a C.J. Stroud anymore. He's gone. And to me, the quarterback is what makes everything go round. And that's what brings me up to the next point. And this is going to be the third team right here. You see the man right there. You see Caleb down there. And look, the best player in college football right now. And then you see the commander-in-chief, Lincoln. So those are the 3 teams that Paul Finebaum named. I'm unable to play the audio due to some copyright stuff. So I don't want to get dinged for that with the YouTube. So, yeah, this is what it is, man. So you guys should feel good as USC Trojan fans. You guys should feel great that USC has one of those teams that could possibly knock off Georgia. We already knew that this is a possibility. So, look, until later on, man, you guys hit me and let me know what you think. Listen, everybody's getting ready to become believers now. Not only the national media, but everybody has to become believers now, because they already know when you have a player like Caleb Williams and the caliber of player, the play that he plays with, the skill set that he plays with, is, look, you got to pick USC. And not only that, you couple that with, look, all we had to do, and we already mentioned this a while back, all we have to do is have a top 40 defense. This is a top 40. We were 124th last year in defense. I mean, that was just unacceptable. However, we believe that we got the pieces. We believe that everything is getting ready to move and groove. And if USC has a top 40 defense, that's all we asking for. That's all we need. Listen, I think they're going to be a top 20 defense easily. I believe the pieces that we have, the upgrades that we have, I believe that these guys are going to be flying all around the field. You know why? Because as we mentioned and as we stated before, all we had was a depth issue. We didn't have a player issue. We had a depth issue. Our players were good at the beginning, but things just began to deteriorate as time went by, as injuries mounted up, and as a result, USC got a little lost in the sauce at the end. Everything just came to a head. Not to mention that some of those guys did not play in the bowl game, in the Tulane game, but, you know, that's said and done. But this thing is getting ready to move and groove. The ship is getting ready to sail. Look, man, you guys hit me in the comments. You guys tell me what you think. If I'm not mistaken, I think I was told that practice is getting ready to start on the 29th of this month. That's not this Saturday coming up, but that's the next Saturday. You guys already know we start the 26th of our first game is the 26th of August. So these guys got to get in practice the 29th of this month, and it's about to be go time. It's about to be on and popping. It's about to be going and cracking. You guys hit me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Is USC going to win it all? That's the question. You guys already know. I think we're going to win it all. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. Listen, don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Until later on,